So it's time, right? There's a lot of people talking about this right now. Samhain, Ancestral Connections. Do you understand why it's so important right now that we're sending our focus there? I want to let you know that what's happening is that we have two things happening. The convergence of time and alignment of these cosmic dance that we're in, which is really setting us up for a prime position to drop into a place called the crossroads, because it's directly in between our autumnal equinox and our winter solstice. And when that happens, what we're doing is we're primed to align into a center point, a 0 point. It's like a vector equilibrium where there's an ability for us to now tune into something that wasn't available before. It's a threshold, it's a gateway, it's a portal. And on the other side of this portal, this world between worlds, the way that we are able to connect with the unseen, the non-physical, our ancestors are standing there, cheering us on, holding us with such a vision for the planet, for the world, and for our own healing. Our ancestors are so invested in us and what we can do and how we can be the best that we can be, right? So they are our family. They are the family that is well and healed on the other side, the ones that we're trying to connect to, that can really bring in and tap into the medicine that they have to give us. There are blessings. There are so many new insights. There's deeper layers of love. Can you imagine who you could be if you had a whole family that was just pure divine love radiating to you, a generational prayer for success and for stability, for healing and well-being? How would your life be different? How could you step into something that maybe has felt too far out of reach, or maybe that you've not been able to really shift into another place of peace for yourself? You are supported, you are being held, and the necessary step now is opening, is tuning into what it means to be connected to your ancestors and to open up a relationship that is in fact reciprocal. This isn't just something where you get to show up and ask for all this help all the time. You have to develop the relationship. You have to show up and say, okay, I'm going to tune into what you need and what offerings are here for you, so that we can sit and have a chat, right? So that we can sit and communicate, and I can ask for assistance every time I need something, but it's because I show up like a good friend. I show up like a good family member. And this particular time is the reminder. It is the pumps are primed, so to speak. And the collective consciousness is just zooming around right now with ancestor talk. But this is a daily practice. This is a new way of being able to live your own life and being able to connect to guides that are surrounding you. The other really big benefit that I think is really important, you hear me talk a lot about how to embody your soul, how to bring your divine self down into this physical body, right? That's what we're doing right now. That is what collectively, on a layer of ascension and a new earth building concept of star seeds coming in and really like, showering us all with these new gifts that can happen with higher frequencies. In order to do that, we are able to work with guides that are off planet. We're able to work with high guidance systems. We're able to work with our star ancestors. However, when we start really tuning in to the gifts that are inherited through your own bloodline, that are embodied in your cells, that resonate inside your womb space, inside your marrow, if you can activate those codes, the medicine of your ancestors, you will have created now a physical platform that even more deeply embodies the divine self that you are anchoring in. And so you have a council of ancestors. You have a council of galactic guides. You have whatever other non-human, animistic, plant allies, animal beings that are surrounding you and supporting you, the nature, the elements, all of these things are here, literally like standing in a circle and facing you. And maybe the question is, can you let that in? Can you imagine what that would feel like if you could stand in the center of that kind of a circle? So it starts by choosing that, choosing to enter into these kinds of relationships and to nourish them. And when we can do that, we create the change within our own lives, we create the change within our families, we create the change within our communities, and we're really embodying what this planet needs now to create the next shift. So I invite you into this work. It's always big and it's always brave and it never stops, but there will be so many rewards, so much medicine that you are being gifted because it is actually yours. So I hope that you'll join us. Welcome into this journey.